Hi, welcome back to Daily Driven Alpha. I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on the project car, the dashboard, and how we've been tackling the missing glove box insert for the dashboard. So you'll see behind me there, we've got a green prototype 3D printed glove box tub that we've been fitting today. And what I'll do is step you through that, show you what we've done to trial fit it, talk about what we're going to do with it. Now, first, before we do that, let me just show you another dashboard that we've got so you get to understand why we end up in this situation often. As you can see, this is another dashboard that we have, and you can see the material that these are made out of. They are made from this compressed cardboard of the day, and while it would have been nice and firm when it was initially made and installed, over time moisture gets in, these get removed, reinstalled, and of course just with the mechanical stresses that get placed on them, they start to break apart, and often the glove box tub gets damaged as well, either through water ingress or mechanical damage, and they need to be replaced. The challenge we had was we had a dashboard that came with our project car that didn't have a glove box tub. So what we did was we took the cardboard one out of here, gently peeled it out and sent it away for modelling, and we've had a 3D print test piece made, and what I'll do is I'll get set up, show you that, and talk you through how we're fitting that and what we intend to do with it. So let's get set up and I'll bring you straight back. Okay, as you can see, the dashboard is wired up, instruments are in it. We've put the old AM radio push button in there just for period look, not hooked up, and we're not going to. Whoever buys the car can decide what they want to do with it. But what we've done is we've installed the glove box door and latch and the hinges. So we received this back, and as you can see, you might be able to see in the light, there's a sort of a matrix type shadow through it, and this has been printed out of really light material. So what we're doing with this is we're just using it as a test piece modelled from the last tub, and we're now starting to make some notes on it and move it around. One of the good things with this is you can use a heat gun on it, and I stress be very careful using a heat gun on this stuff to move the shape slightly. And then you'll also notice that what we've done is we've drilled some holes and slotted it for some of the fixtures, and we've also notched out where the pins go for the hinges. But these will need to be done for each car differently, because often there's slight variations with these setups, and I think if you try to produce one that was standard, I don't think it'd fit. So you need to customize these a little bit yourself. We're pretty happy with that. That's come out really nicely. Now let me bring you closer so you can have a look at what the fit looks like and how we've approached it. Okay, we've just moved into some better lighting here so that you can see what we're talking about. You'll notice that a lot of the hinges on these cars are set up with these little folded metal angle brackets, and the hinges themselves are just a pin that sit through into the actual glove box lid itself. Because there's so much movement and flex in these dashboards, you may find that you need to pack, move, bend these pins to get your door to sit nicely and close. And you also need to play around with your latch so that you can get the right fit. So the challenge when you're doing this is that when we 3D print something like this, while we've got the curvature that we think is right, and it's been pretty close, we're quite happy with it, there are some modifications, and you'll notice I've written here too tight in this corner here, but we used the heat gun to move that, and then we just marked it and just filed that notch out a little bit, just with a little round file. On this particular one, because it's so thin, it's splitting a little bit, but when we do the final product, it'll be solid and it'll be in black, and it'll be a lot more robust. But this is really just to try and get a sense of how that fits. So you'll notice that you've got your ridges here that sort of give you your location for your tub. And the great thing with 3D printing this is that you can use your heat gun just to move this around until you're happy with it, so that it's I guess tailor fitted for your dashboard. So sorry, the light's not very good here, but you can see we've done the same thing here. This side, you can see we've marked, and we've had to just file that down a little bit. And I know it looks a little rough, but this is just for test fitting. And then you can see where we've used the heat gun just to try and put more of a U shape in here rather than the C shape as it was printed, just so that it fits nicely into these corners here. Still not perfect, but it's pretty close. So we just bang that in, and that's looking pretty good. Now you'll notice that we've slotted here and put a couple of holes in for the actual latch mechanism, or the tongue for it. So that's this piece here. So what you need to do is, often these will already be, as you can see, there are some holes here where these corresponding holes match up, and it's riveted on, which seems a bit ridiculous going through cardboard, but that's the way it is. And we're going to put some fiberglass patching across here to strengthen this area before we do that again. So this normally sits in, and then if that is sitting there, you'll find that you can't get your tub in there. So this has to actually, you need to drill the rivets out, and the rivets that go through here as well. You need to pull this out. And then what happens is, you see, you need to measure and finally get a sense of where this will go. Right, so once we do that, we've just trial fitted that with a couple of self-tapping screws. Oops, sorry about that. Let me just get that sorted out for you. So we just put some self-tappers in there, and they're screwing in really easily now because I've already pushed them in with a screwdriver. So see, they'll go in fairly easily, and don't over tighten it. This is just really just to secure it and get a sense of securing it down so it doesn't move too much. That'll do, just snugged up. So when you do this and you put a tub in yourself, now we'll use something different here. That's poking way too far out. We'll probably use a nice little nut and bolt set with some washers on the side, because the inside of this tub will get flocked, so this will be all like a black suede when we're finished with it. But you put this on first, and then as you locate it into position, notch it, that should line up nicely, and you can use that to then pin these two in and get your distance right for your latch mechanism. So you'll see as you go in here, there's your latch mechanism lining up, and to try and get that distance right takes a little bit of there it is, getting used to. And that's on, and then tub's in. Now obviously nobody sees this tub at the back end, but we still want to make it look reasonable, so it'll be black. What we did do, and you can see some of the buckling here, this curvature was up a little bit, so we just used the heat gun, pressed it down, let it cool, and then that brought the tongue closer to the latch because it was just missing. So then you end up with your latch there, and that should sit nicely and just open up. Now, one thing you need to watch is that your corners here, you need clearance on your corners and the tub and underneath, because once you put flocking material in here, it's going to bind. So that's a little bit of test fitting. But overall, I know it looks kind of wild and crazy being green, but that will do us. So we'll send that back, tweak the model a little bit, have it printed out of a more robust material. It'll be a black plastic, and then we'll fit that finally. So you can see project car. Haven't done anything with those wheels. We just did these just to get a sense of how the car's looking. Doors are on, and we're quite happy with the progress so far. We'll end up blasting these wheels, powder coating them. I've got some nice period correct hubcaps coming next week from Classic Alpha, and we will be putting the Pirelli Cinturato CA67s on. We're not sponsored by anyone, but you can only get them from Stuckey's Tyres in Australia, and they are not cheap. It's about $450 a corner, plus freight, plus fitting. So you end up with about $2,000 worth of tyres on these cars. But they are the right tyres for them. They give you a period correct handling characteristic, and I think they're going to look really good once we have the wheels done and the hubcaps on. So there you have it, a little bit of an update, and what we'll do is we'll show you the actual tub when it comes through, and we'll also show you how we flock it and get that nice insert suede look to it. We'll tidy up the inside of this door as well, and make that nice and clean, but that'll be it. Dashboard's just waiting to go in. So a bit of a project update, and hope you've enjoyed it. Hope your projects are going well. Like, subscribe, share it with others, and love to hear your respectful comments on how your projects are going. Thanks to the guys at Coffee and Cars that I saw yesterday, who were watching the channel and asking how we were going, and are excited to see the car once it's on the road. So boys, it's not too far away. We'll bring it out, and everyone can have a look in person. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and keep safe, keep well.